update! And it's been another week. Here we are. Now that we're in post-production, we're getting back to the updates where nothing really happens. I have nothing new to show you, so people start to get a little, Last week's update question was, how many times does this guy
right here, appear in episode 5?
We did have one person get it correct and win the episode 5 DVD. It was username Maria Athanasia. Congratulations, your DVD has been sent off. Thank you for participating. For those of you who are wondering how many times this guy appears in episode 5, he appeared in the episode as 4 characters. One was the robber in the security camera footage. Another was as the bartender, appeared a few times, also the arms at the end, good call everybody. The third was as Brian, the moderator of the superhero meet and greet. And the final appearance, this is what threw people off, as the stand-in for Frankie, behind Carlin's head when Fox 4 is trying to get Fox 3 out of there. A lot of people lumped that in with actual Frankie at the Wendy's, and that wasn't him. That's an actor by the name of Brian Ruby, which is an awesome actor name. We had never seen Brian Ruby when I asked Chris to be his stand-in in the background of that shot, which is why when Brian Ruby showed up and had the same characteristics as Chris, like dark hair, reddish beard, it was just shocking. And what's happened this week? I've been editing episode 6, and basically Ep 6 Part 1 I had edited maybe like a couple weeks ago. Now, today, I finally finished a rough Act 1, which is probably Parts 2 and 3 because it's 12 minutes long, which is huge. That's almost twice as long as any other Act 1 that we've had in the show. That's what we're doing. I'm working on that stuff right now. Now I'm trying to get a temp score in place before I send it off to Suede to score. And then I'll move on to editing Act 2 and Act 3. That's what's going on.
All the news that's fit to print.
All the news that's fit to print to H264. Should I do a question this week, hon?
Sure.
What should it be?
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Have we ever asked a Valentine's Day question? I feel like it would just piss people off.
It did piss people off. And we were like, why are there so many curmudgeons in the world?
As I mentioned before, Eliza and I have a Valentine's Day tradition in which we each pick a movie that the other has not seen and might not ordinarily decide would be the thing to watch that night. And watch the both of them. Like, Eliza would choose Monsoon Wedding and I would choose True Lies. She would choose Cyrano de Bergerac and I would choose Jurassic Park. Something that we'd like to introduce them to. We'll tell you next week what we end up with, but I've been leaning towards showing her Goonies because she's never seen it, or Monster Squad, if I could get my copy back from David in time. My question to you is, what movie would you recommend we watch on Valentine's Day night and why? I usually try to go with like a romantic theme, like when I chose Speed, Keanu Reeves ends up with Sandra Bullock, and that's good, even though she says it's not going to work out because it was so stressful. And she's right, because in the very next movie she's with Jason Patric. And in Goonies, it's not like heavily romance, but you can make the argument that it exists there. Monster Squad, a little less so. So what would you recommend that we watch on Valentine's Day night? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next week.